Sikit sikit, lama lama, jadi bukit. That was Malaysian. That was why only the Malaysians cheered. It was about 15 years ago when I came to Malaysia because my ex-girlfriend used to be Malaysians. You'll be happy to know now I've settled forever with a Filipina lady. That's why, in addition to being a member of MAPS, Malaysian Association of Professional Speakers, I'm now a proud member of PAPS. So I have a double membership, but apparently I'm a German, according to Lloyd. That's why the flag is over there. I'm very seldom in Germany, but by the way, before I tell you that story, how I learned this sikit sikit lama lama jadi bukit thing in Malaysia, my biggest environmental impact as a speaker is flying 3 times a year back to Europe. I did a calculation. What is my total environmental impact per year? Any one of you done such a calculation? People call it the carbon footprint. How much carbon are you emitting into the atmosphere? Linked to the whole notion and the threat of climate change. The magic figure is 400. We have now 400 parts per million of carbon dioxide in our air. We are living in the age of the Anthropocene. 1,000 years ago, if you would have been the green man on the moon, watching what happens on planet Earth, you would have seen green, the forests of the planet, and blue, the beautiful oceans. Not much disturbing them. No mining craters popping up. No platforms on the middle of the ocean squeezing the cost-effectively exploitable oil and gas out of the crust of the planet for the growth of our civilization. 7 billion humans on the planet. A lot has changed in the last 500 years of human civilization, industrialization. Some people think that in 1 million years, most likely no humans on the planet anymore, what will be left over from our civilization is a crust of plastic around the planet. One of the biggest, most important things that we need as part of our eco toolkit and eco hacks is the ability to say no, thank you. That's what we did at our table at lunchtime. How many of you have seen the video of the turtle with the straw in their nose? How many of you have seen that? What did you feel when you saw that turtle? Pain, right? You can actually see the animal full of pain when the straw is being pulled out of her nose. Some of you might have seen the videos going viral on Facebook a couple of weeks ago. The whale found in Thailand with a stomach full of plastic bottles and plastic bags. 500 years ago, how much plastic was there in our environment? 0. Mother Nature did not invent non-biodegradable materials. Only us humans came up with the things that nature cannot turn back to nature. Now, just to put my talk today into context, this morning I decided to get rid of PowerPoint slides because I saw everybody using PowerPoint slides. I always have a bag of props with me. Sometimes there are even scenarios where you as a speaker, it happened to me with a corporate client in Malaysia the other day, IT wasn't working at all. We could not get the PowerPoint to work. And one thing I've realized is sometimes when we don't have PowerPoint disturbing us, we can be even more connected with the audience in front of us because there is nothing disturbing them. Maybe just a couple of Facebook messages that they are attending to at the moment in the back of the room. Let me put my turtle in my pocket. I have a lot of other props with me. But first of all, I have to fight the Goliath that Ian was talking about this morning. Remember, one other thing that Ian mentioned as well is what we do today impacts the future of our children. So if I understood it correctly, none of you has measured your life's environmental impact. That means all of you at this point in time are a burden to your children and grandchildren. All of you have a net negative impact on Mother Earth because you are contributing to climate change on a daily basis. Let's look at our activities as a speaker. We travel here. That is the first environmental impact. Flying is much bigger than taking the car. Metro Manila public transport is a little bit tricky. We came from San Pablo City. We took the public bus. I haven't had the car for the last 20 years. Part of my green commitment. But I'm not perfect. I did not eat beef at lunch because beef has a very high carbon footprint. About 3,000 liters of water are being consumed for 1 kilogram of beef. Methane comes out of the back of cows, which has a very high carbon footprint. In addition to not having a car, what else is green about me today? Sorry? My batik is green in color, but is it eco-friendly in terms of the material? Yeah, actually, you're right. Chris knows it because we took the pictures for Lloyd's book in her place, and I mentioned to her, I hardly ever need to iron this. But I had a different batik there. This one is the most worn shirt in my life. It is extremely eco-efficient because I use it again and again and again. We have become a throwaway society because we've been told you need to buy to be happy. But think about the most memorable and amazing moments that you have had in your life. Most of them were with the people that you love and surrounded by beautiful Mother Earth, the natural environment. What can beat that? Having the latest iPad, as Jonathan did, his satisfaction lasted maybe for a couple of days. But then the novelty runs off. And as soon as somebody else posts on Facebook they have a later model, that's it. What else is green about me? Sorry? My mind. Guys, that is tricky. That is tricky. I didn't know about that when I came to Malaysia. And, you know, it was advertised, the green man is giving a talk. It was for Ayala, New Valley, a couple of years ago. And then a couple of people came in, hey, is that a green-minded talk? Green-minded in the Philippines basically means naughty. You think about something sexy. But I don't want you to get green-minded now. Because the most eco-friendly thing I'm wearing today, I cannot show, is my underwear. This is no joke. It is made from bamboo, natural materials. It's not side A, side B. I learned that from the Filipinos. It's basically flipping around your underwear to reuse it again. One guy even told me side A, side B, side C, side D. Maybe that guy was smelling after some time. But my underwear is not biodegradable. It doesn't disappear. But you want to see? Any volunteers who want to assist me? Lloyd? No. I don't want guys to get involved, you know. But no, I used to call up single ladies to the stage. And this is a point where, from a speaker's perspective, in the Philippines in particular, entertainment is very, very important for talks. In Malaysia as well, but this one I can take further in the Philippines than in Malaysia. In Malaysia, I just talk about it and I never show my underwear. Here in the Philippines, I've occasionally shown my underwear. Filipinos love a bit of extra entertainment and green-mindedness. And by the way, Tony, thanks for helping me to accept my rounds that are here, since I've been married to a Filipina lady who cooks amazing food every day. So I've been putting on a bit of weight over time. And yes, let me show you my underwear. I have a spare part here, so you believe me. It's not a joke. And you know what? Most of the time people think eco stuff is expensive. I bought 3 pieces of organic cotton underwear in San Pablo City for 250 pesos. Not expensive, right? Actually, go green can save you money if you holistically live according to the principle, I only buy what I really need. We made my baby daughter's christening waste neutral, 0 waste. We recycled a christening dress from our neighbors. Why buy new if you can reuse? We as speakers travel, and travel has a significant environmental impact. I calculated the carbon footprint of Elias' flight from Auckland, New Zealand to here. There are many websites you can do it. It was 1.36 tons of carbon dioxide. Elias, I haven't asked you, but I guess your weight is about 85 kilos. So it would be his weight 14.5 times in kilogram that he has been responsible for by flying over. So carbon dioxide emissions come from our flights. They come from our events. Look at all these light bulbs. I checked the light bulb earlier on. It is not LED. It is incandescent light bulb. Each bulb there has 25 watts. We have a huge power consumption here at this stage. 1 kilowatt hour of electricity in the Philippines that you pay 10 pesos for is 600 grams of carbon dioxide emitted at the power plants that are largely powered by coal-fired power plants. By living our normal lives, we are contributing to climate change. Why is this all relevant? The late Stephen Hawking revised his prediction about the time humanity has got on planet Earth last year. He used to predict 1,000 years are left. Guess what he changed his prediction to? You're getting closer. He said humanity, according to his belief, has got 100 years left on planet Earth. 100 years. Climate change, overpopulation, epidemics that might be triggered off by climate change issues. My village in Germany, when I was a kid, I had 4 months of snow every year. Now, my brother's kids are lucky if they have 10 days of snow. There are places in the Philippines where people used to live comfortably 30, 40, 50 years ago. Now, those places are covered by rising seawater, changing tides. In Malaysia, people used to plant according to the seasons. The predictability of the seasons are gone. We can see climate change surrounding us. According to Al Gore, Philippines is one of the top 3 countries at risk from climate change. When Typhoon Haiyan hit the Philippines, everybody was waking up. When the haze was hitting Malaysia and the peat forests were burning, everybody was waking up. I have an indoor air quality tool running there at the moment, testing our air quality here. I can tell you later on, it's on my mobile phone. I have it installed in the bedroom of my baby daughter, where we live, because I want to make sure we don't destroy our health by eating the wrong things or breathing in the wrong chemicals. Have you ever Googled life statistics of Filipinos? The average life expectancy of a Filipino person is 68 years. Thai person 74, US person 78. Essentially speaking, Filipinos die earlier than the rest of ASEAN. I've asked myself why. When I used to come to Metro Manila, after 3 days, I always got a throat infection. Nowadays, no more. Maybe my body has adopted. The diet of Filipinos is not very healthy, not very green. This is partially to blame. But I think as well the pollution that we have in our foods, in our air, all these jeepneys, tricycles that are polluting the inner city environments is contributing to lower life expectancy. But the big threat is there for our future generation. But I believe in celebrating the beauty of God's creation. Mother Earth. Filipinos used to ask Mother Earth for permission, right? Tabi, tabi, po. Can I pass? Can I take from the stream here? Connection to Mother Earth. Now if you live in Metro Manila, you don't have that Mother Earth anymore. I had a great dose of Mother Earth with my family last week. Thanks to PAPS. PAPS is working. I got a speaker referral from another PAPS member, JC, for a gig in Tagaytay. Then I met the GM of Tal Vista Hotel at a PAPS event, and I negotiated with him a barter deal. I give free talks for your employees, and in return, my normal speaking fee, you give me in kind. We had a great time there. 4 days, 3 nights, 2 big rooms, loads of food. We had a wonderful time there. What can speakers do on a daily basis? My basic speaker hack equipment is this. For the water, to avoid the plastic bottles. Usually when I stay alone in the hotel, I don't use any plastic bottles. We as a family have this as well. I usually refill it at breakfast or at the gym. This one is to avoid opening up the soap. The soap, you use it 2 or 3 times while you stay there 1 or 2 nights, and then it's waste already. This is my toothpaste. I always refill it in order to avoid the need to opening up the toothpaste material. So I can actually live a week in a hotel by putting up the sign, don't disturb, with hardly any waste. I did it in Brunei the other day, 5-star hotel. I only had a bag where a t-shirt was in that I got from the conference and my flight stubs from the flight. Nobody is perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm not a full vegetarian. I'm not a full vegan. But what is important is that we take small steps. I have made my life carbon neutral. Actually, I've made my life carbon positive. And that is what I would like to recommend to all of you speakers. Later on, when you are at home, think back about your environmental impact. I don't know where's my baby daughter. She should be somewhere in the back there. Princess, darling, where are you? My wife and my baby daughter. Are you listening carefully? I don't hear you. For the last minute, let me take her with me on stage. You want to join me, darling? Want to join me? I've got 1 minute left for my talk. She loves joining me. You see? She's already smiling. Come with me. Yes. The youngest speaker. Have you got anything to say beside your hiccup, darling? How come you've got a hiccup? I was thinking of doing a vasectomy 30 years ago because of overpopulation on the planet. I'm glad I didn't do it. This is no joke, guys. This is serious. This is true. I'm glad I didn't do it because I wouldn't have this angel with me. And thanks, May Ann, for being a wonderful green mother to our family. Think a moment about your children. Elias asked that question. Most of you raised your hands. Most of you are fathers, mothers, grandmothers, grandfathers. Ian said what we do today affects the future of our children. According to Stephen Hawking, 100 years are left. Unless we turn around and turn our life that currently has a burden to the planet to a healing impact on the planet. Connect the dots. Think a moment about your children, your grandchildren. If there's any reason to... Yes, darling. Any song to sing for us? Are you a healer or are you a burden to Mother Earth? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Matthias Gelber. All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this point, we will be having a short break, and you may now proceed to our buffet area for our afternoon snacks. Please be back in 10 minutes.